Hello and welcome. Whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, thank you for joining me for this presentation. I appreciate your time and interest, and my name is Farrell Razin, and I recently graduated from the University of Groningen in the Netherlands. Today, I'm excited to share with you the culmination of my bachelor's degree research project, which explores a topic that's increasingly relevant in today's globalized world: knowledge transfer in multinational companies. Before we dive into the research, let me briefly introduce myself and provide some context. As mentioned, I completed this research as part of my final project before graduating from my university. Throughout this journey, I had the privilege of being supervised by Dr. Olof Lindahl from the University of Uppsala in Sweden. This research endeavor was a significant learning experience for me, and I'm excited to share the insight I've gained with you today. In today's rapidly changing world, where the only constant is change itself, businesses are continually adapting. Knowledge transfer, a vital element in this evolutionary process, becomes a determinant for companies to either adjust or remain unchanged. With the added complexity of globalization, multinational enterprise or MNEs have evolved, relying on global knowledge transfer to stay ahead in the competitive race. However, this dependence introduces challenges in managing employee motivation, especially when changes disrupt established working processes and cultural norms. Effective knowledge transfer within an organization is essential for their growth and survival. It enables firms to gain a competitive advantage by leveraging information already available within the organization to their subsidiaries. In today's globalized world, where technology facilitates rapid knowledge transfer, firms with an international presence have an advantage. Communication barriers between subsidiaries across borders are minimized, allowing for smoother knowledge exchange. However, knowledge transfer is not without its challenges. Information does not flow seamlessly, and cultural differences can lead to conflict within organization. The evolution of organizational through cross-cultural knowledge transfer is crucial, as differences in organizational culture can negatively impact performance. Change in culture can affect employee performance, as conflicting norms and values may demotivate employees. Motivation, the driving force behind human behavior, plays a significant role in this context. Managers can leverage motivation to increase the employee morale and productivity in the context of multinational enterprises. Knowledge transfer involves sharing information between parent companies and subsidiaries. A manager's ability to seamlessly adapt knowledge from one location to another can circumvent the obstacles associated with knowledge transfer. In conclusion, effective knowledge transfer is essential for organizational success, especially in the context of MNEs operating in globalized environment. By understanding and addressing the challenges associated with cross-cultural knowledge transfer, managers can enhance organizational performance and gain a competitive edge. As we delve deeper into the underlying variables, cultural dimensions emerge as significant factors influencing change. Surprisingly enough, the threat of cultural differences is often overlooked by NMNEs, leading to conflict when employees from diverse backgrounds clash. This study aims to provide a comprehensive guideline for managers to recognize and navigate the intricate factors affecting employee motivation during cross-cultural knowledge transfer by asking the question: how do MNEs manage employees' motivation from cross-cultural knowledge transfer? Now let's talk about the research gap. While previous studies have focused on increasing motivation through knowledge transfer, there's a gap in understanding how to mitigate conflict arising from the introduction of new knowledge. Gupta and Govindarajan highlighted the positive association between knowledge inflows and motivational disposition to acquire knowledge. However, we need more insight into how to improve factors to help employees cope and accept new knowledge with less conflict. Building on this, the research of Bonacci and Zaraga Oberti created a framework outlining the factors influencing transfer success, emphasizing the interaction between local employees' ability and motivation. Going further, we are going to dive deeper into the more interesting part of the research, which is the methodology and the results. Recognizing the limitations of qualitative research, I choose a qualitative approach to gain a deeper and more meaningful understanding of the situation. Numbers can only take you so far in understanding someone's feelings, so I conducted a semi structured interview with a diverse group of 14 professionals, including human research managers and executive directors from the mining and consulting industries. While I initially started with 7 different interviews, the insights gathered snowballed, leading to a total of 14 interviews. To ensure depth of the understanding, I narrowed the sample down to 8 respondents for the final analysis. The interviews were meticulously transcribed and later codified using atlas.ti to aid the theoretical coding process. As you can see here, figure 1 is a conceptual model and each box you see on the left is the proposition regarding the most mentioned answers that showed up. The one box on the right is the dependent variable, which is the one thing that we are trying to find. Employees' motivation from cross-cultural knowledge transfer. As you can see here, if workplace transparency, employee morale boost, or job security were to have an increase, there will also be an increase in employees' motivation. This goes exactly opposite with the remaining three, which states that an increase in conflicting values, poor data transfer, or different learning style will decrease employees' motivation. Now, with that out of the way, this research provides implications and applications to existing theories, managers, and future research. As this is an extension of existing knowledge that determines success, by delving deeper into a more specific factor, namely motivation, the study offers theories and evidence that motivation is one of the more influential factors in knowledge transfer, as well as solutions proposed by senior managers in an MNE, extending the findings of past research. For the managers watching this study established a clear set of guidelines for supportive and obstructive factors that need to be taken into account when managing employee motivation. As the workplace becomes increasingly diverse, providing guidelines to follow could reduce errors in the workplace. Moreover, by placing an emphasis on motivation, especially with the added variable of different cultures, managers can factor in the importance of motivation in the workplace, be it for the knowledge transfer or in general purposes. Lastly, this study opens opportunities for studies to be done in a different setting, especially in individualistic countries. As such, more theories could be made to better understand if the findings in this paper could be as effective as the guideline used in a collective environment. Of course, this research is not without faults, as there are limitations to the research I did on this topic. As such, the findings on this research should only be taken as a guideline instead of a foolproof strategy, as every case is different from, from one another. Furthermore, the interviews used for this research originated from different parts of Southeast Asia, meaning that there has not been proof of the guideline's effectiveness in other regions with higher individualistic profile. Lastly, the scope of this study is limited to the mining and consulting industries, which means that the information will not be sufficient to represent every other industries there are. In conclusion, I want to thank you once again for your attention throughout this presentation. I hope you found insight shared today valuable and thought-provoking. If you have any questions or would like to discuss this research any further, please feel free to reach out to me via this email. Thank you for joining me, and I wish you all a wonderful day ahead.